Hello. Well, it snowed. So this morning I've been out sledging with Thomas and Charlotte. So I had to get the sledges out. And it's quite thick really, I reckon a decent few inches. So we went out. So where you've seen me walk before, like through those little woods and forests and stuff like that, that's part of the park, and it's got some decent hills on it. So we went there, and there were so many people out. Some neighbours are out, so I was chatting away to them. Everybody's come out for a walk. There's loads of people walking in the other fields. But yeah, went out. Charlotte was scared, as she always is, of doing anything. Thomas quite the opposite, like a lunatic, just jumping down hills, running into people. God, I can't speak this morning. And I had a couple of goes, which was good. And it's weird. It's really snowy, but it's quite a warm day as well. So I'm wrapped up to the nines, but quite warm as well. So we did that, took the kids out, and then I've come back and I thought, right, well, I'm going to take the dogs out. I didn't want to take the dogs with me because if we're out for ages the paws will get cold, but at least going for a quick run. So yeah, it's kind of lifted my spirits a little bit this morning. Every day tiny little bit better. Just feeling a little bit better. There's less Christmas around. I don't know. Perhaps a little bit of hope is creeping in. I'm always really dubious about being positive because it can snap back to being shit so quickly. As I'm sure you all know. But you know, I'm going to hang on to it today. I love it when it snows. Jenny hated it when it snowed. She was a right miserable sod with that. She didn't mind the look of it, but she hated going out. I don't mind being out in it. I quite like it. I think it's really pretty. Like, it deadens all the sound as well, doesn't it? So it's like everything's quieter. It's just more peaceful when it snowed. I love it. The only thing I did go out in the car this morning, and it was treacherous. So I've got to go to the supermarket later on, but I think I'm going to, hopefully, it'll thaw out a bit on the roads, and it won't be as bad. But yeah, it's ironic because Jenny, I was never home when it snowed. I don't know if I've said this, can't remember. But I was never home when it snowed. It was just one of those serendipitous things that, well, I suppose that's not the right term, but I was always away. And I don't mean away like, you know, for months. Just the most random things. Like, I had to go up to Scotland to go to work for a couple of days, and then it had absolutely belted down with snow. And I'd be like, oh, because all I wanted to do was like go out with the kids and just enjoy the snow. And Jen was like, no, I'm not going out there. So she'd be like, it snowed again, and the kids want to go out, and you're in Scotland. And I'd be like, right, I'm coming home. Like, fuck work. And make me an excuse, all right, you know, something's happened at home, I've got to get home. I'd jump in the car, but on the, 5.5 hour drive home, by the time I get home, it was all the snow had gone. And this happened so many times. I mean, sometimes I was away, like, in the Far East or Middle East or somewhere like that. And not Far East, Middle East. And I just have to sit there looking at videos of the kids playing out in the back garden. It was a bit of a running joke, really. So, in the 14 years that we've had kids, 15 years that we've had kids, I think there was only one occasion when Isabel was young that it snowed, and that was when we lived in Portsmouth, I think it was. and that was the only time that I managed to get out and make a snowman with her and stuff like that. All the other times, never been able to do it. So this morning, taking the sledges out and sledging downhill and just having a bit of fun was the first time I've ever been able to do it. Crazy, innit? And Heather, my neighbour, she said, because Charlotte was being a right mad ass, she wouldn't go down this hill unless I went with her. And I was trying to kind of persuade her to go down. And Heather turned around to me, she went, do you think Jenny would have gone down? I was like, no. No. You'd be lucky if you get her out. She would have come out, and in fairness, thinking about it, she probably would have gone down if it meant that she could get Charlotte to go down. She would have hated it, but she would have done it to get Charlotte to go down. But of her own volition, no, she would have stood there for an hour. Just refusing to go down. Yeah. That's why her and Charlotte are so alike. They're complete mad asses between them. But Thomas is quite the opposite. Oh, yesterday we went to Jenny's mates. We took the dogs for a walk. It had snowed, but not as much as this. But it was icy cold. I think it was like -4. Something stupid. And we walked to this pub, lovely little pub, out in the sticks, and we had a Sunday dinner. But on the way there, we were walking, and he's just got no brains. The way to sum up Thomas is like he's on drugs, but he's not taking any. He's that spaced out sometimes. I think it's just him being a teenager. But it's like he has no comprehension of common sense. Sound like I'm having a downer on my son, but you'll understand why when I tell you this. So we're walking around this lake, and the lake had frozen. But it thawed out in the middle. You could see it was thawed out in the middle, and there was a few ducks just on the thawed part. And I was talking to Becky, Jenny's friend, and her partner Trev. I'm just talking to him, and I turn around, and Thomas is like halfway out into the middle of this, like, I won't say pond, it was more of a lake, heading towards the bit where it kind of thawed out in the middle. I had to have a bit of a sense of humour failure at him. What an idiot. But he just seems to be bereft of common sense, which is a shame, because before he hit puberty, he was such a smart, switched on little guy. Like, quiet, but, you know, quite astute. And honestly, it's like he's hit puberty, and like his common sense is just go on, Lace. It's like he's hit puberty and common sense has just disappeared overnight, and he comes out with the most recondite shite. God, I sound like I've got to have a moan, because I can't moan to him. I've got nobody else to moan to, I'm sorry. Sounds like I'm having a downer on my son. And I love him to bits. But he's an idiot sometimes. And this is my cathartic outlet. So having a bit of a downer on him is alright, I think. Ah, oh, look at this. This is Maggie. Leslie's just running off as she always does. I love it when it snows. It's really cheered me up. Yeah, that's cheered me up a bit. And it's easier to walk the dogs, because when they take a poo, you can see where they've peed. Anyway, I'm going to finish this walk. Can't keep them out that long because the paws. Oh, little Robin, just bobbing along. Oh, and there's Lacey, just about to disturb it. Look at that Robin. This is it. On days like this, the wildlife seems to come out a bit more as well. Quite like it. Yeah, I can't keep them out. I can't take them for my 2-hour walk like I normally do, because I'm worried that they'll get frostbite on the paws. So I'm going to start heading back now, I think. Oh, little robin. Well, if it snowed where you have, hope you had a nice bit of fun in it. And hope you have a good day. I'll try and make a video tomorrow. If I'm not, kids go back to school tomorrow, which is, I think it's about time because I'm losing my patience with them. It's interesting, isn't it? Because when there's two of you, you can split the stress between the two of you, so you last twice as long. Whereas, stupid. Whereas when there's one of you, single parenting, just sucks ass. So my patience is being tested sometimes. So I need them to go back to school. So I'm glad they're going back to school tomorrow. I was supposed to be saying goodbye. Right, anyway, have a nice day, and I will speak to you again soon. Bye.